What does it take to become the perfect strength athlete? Genetics, power, athleticism. Above all else, it takes hard work and commitment. For Josh Thigpen, that means even training on Christmas Day to reach his goal of winning the World's Strongest Man competition. After taking a year off to heal up injuries, Josh has decided the first step to getting back to World's Strongest Man is the Los Angeles Fit Expo, where he will be able to test himself against some of the best strength athletes in the country. This is Countdown to Fit Expo. Josh Thigpen is a 6'5", 315-pound, three-time World's Strongest Man competitor, and has been one of the top pro strongmen in the world for the last 8 years. But Josh's strongman story has been an unlikely one. As a skinny young kid growing up in the suburbs of Houston, Texas, competing in the World's Strongest Man competition was the last thing anyone would predict for his future.
You know, growing up, I was a skinny little guy. I was always athletic, but I was rail thin, man, and I was a tiny little guy. And I'd always see, you know, growing up, you see muscular guys, you see superheroes and things like that, and you want to be like those guys. I wanted to actually be like a superhero, like this just incredible, have this incredible strength. But for me, unfortunately, I was this tiny little guy, so I wasn't really working out. In fact, whenever I went to go play sports, and I was actually one of the weakest kids in football. That you know, coach wouldn't even let me bench press with all the other kids. He wouldn't let me work out with them. And then I saw World's Strongest Man on TV. I saw John Paul Sigmarsson. I saw Bill Kazmaier and Magnus Magnuson. And I thought, you know what? I can actually be like a real-life superhero. The strength that these guys had, they were lifting these superhuman things. They were lifting rocks. They were picking up cars. They were pulling trucks. And I thought, you know what, I can do that. I knew right then and there, as soon as I saw it, that's what I wanted to do.
I've been friends with Josh since summer, 6th grade, going to 7th grade. Other kids are, you know, going out, causing trouble, whatever, and that's how we spend our time, working out. When we weren't working out, I would go watch Strongman videos, old school videos. This guy, Josh, taped every episode that ever came on TV, I think, and I think he watched them until he remembered every word that they said, you know, every event, every lift, who won, what year. From the weight room to watching the videos, working out, and like, I knew that's what he's gonna do. And I told him at one point that, you know, that's your goal. I mean, you're destined for it.
My first show at 19 years of age, right out of high school, weighing about 230 pounds. I competed against the very best in the country. I knew right away that this was for me. About 9 months after training with the events, I won 4 competitions in a row. I turned professional. And then about 5 months after that, I got a phone call from Ode Haugen, and he said, Josh, we're gonna fly you up to compete at a qualifier for the World's Strongest Man. And that was at the Mohegan Sun Casino. I had been used to competing in back alleys and parking lots. Top 4 qualified for World's Strongest Man. And I went out there and I took 4th place. Somehow I was able to come in 4th. A few months later, they flew me out to China, and got to compete in my first World's Strongest Man. And I went out there and I competed very well, but at the end of the day, I just made a couple of mistakes and didn't quite make it to the final. So in 2006, I was determined. I made it back, I qualified again. But something happened when I got out there, and I just completely folded at the World's Strongest Man competition. It was almost like a complete mental breakdown, and I folded. I'm not afraid to talk about it, I'm not ashamed of it. I was young, it's what happened. All I wanted after that was a chance to redeem myself. I thought, you know what, if I could just get back, even if I didn't make the finals, no matter what happened, if I could just get back. In 2007, I got injured for a whole year. I couldn't train. My hand was messed up. In 2008, I tried to come back again, but it was too soon after my injury. At my one chance to qualify, it just didn't work. I wasn't ready. And finally, again in 2011, another opportunity arose to go to a World's Strongest Man qualifier, and I qualified again. I competed out there, I did well, and I qualified. And I had about 3 weeks to get ready for World's Strongest Man after that competition, which really isn't enough time to get ready properly for World's Strongest Man.
Thigpen, after a 5-year absence, he's long, he's lean, he's added some muscle, he's stronger, and you better believe he's hungry too.
I competed very well in all the events. I had the toughest heat by far. Savickas, Mike Jenkins, Louis Philigon, and at the end of the day, all that I cared about was had I regained my honor after that 2006 World's Strongest Man. I remember walking away after the competition, and I looked at my buddy and fellow competitor Dave Austin, and I said, Dave, tell me I regained my honor in this competition. And he said, you did. You regained it. So in 2012, I was in the best shape of my life. I was ready to go in there and dominate, just really do very well. And what happens? I get a bicep tear. Got it at the qualifier for the World's Strongest Man out in Budapest, Hungary. Thought it's okay. I got enough weeks to get ready, to prepare. So I started training, still trying to work around it. The day before the World's Strongest Man competition started, it tore again. So the day before World's Strongest Man, I couldn't compete. That's not how I want to go out in Strongman. Now my goal isn't just to make it to World's Strongest Man. I want to win World's Strongest Man. Not just make the finals, I want to win. That's what my goal has always been. Yeah, it was my goal to compete there, but just like anybody else, my dream is to win.
Josh's training is done at the world-famous Warehouse Gym, home to some of the strongest and most elite strength athletes in the world. This Spartan-like atmosphere has no mirrors, no fancy machines, just lots of primitive training tools, blood, sweat, and tears. The gym members all have goals, and everyone joins together like a family to help reach those goals.
Tom's wearing they left his luggage. He lost his luggage, so Tom's wearing my knee warmers and my shoes. I was telling him his knee warmers are probably sliding off because his legs are a little too skinny. My legs have been stretching them out, you know. So for a guy like Tom, I don't know if they're gonna work. You know?
Never been heavyweight lifting until now,
So having a gym like this for a guy like me is heaven on earth. This is absolutely, I think, the best gym there is. I mean, we have elite level, world-class powerlifters, strongmen, MMA fighters, some of the best, and it's got everything you need here. This is a big part of the puzzle to me, and I didn't always have a gym like this to train at, you know, but now that I have it, like my second home. I'd rather be here than anywhere else, than at home or anywhere, man. I'd live here.
Hard-working guy, dedicated. He's definitely a competitor for sure. Fun to be around when he's not training, and he kind of gets in the zone when he is training. It's kind of a fun thing to watch.
This contest won't necessarily qualify me for World's Strongest Man, but it's kind of a test to see where I'm at. You know, a lot of the best guys are going to be there, and it's always good to go out to Fit Expo, see all my my fellow competitors, see my friends, and just get out there and compete again and see where I'm at. I'll come in as prepared as I possibly can. I'll come in ready, and we'll see what happens. We'll lay it all on the table, and I'll have given it everything I have. And we'll kind of see where I'm at, and that'll set the pace for the rest of the year, and I'll kind of build from Fit Expo. At this competition, I'll build off of it as I try and get back to World's Strongest Man, but I'm going to be ready to go.
Competing in the toughest strength sport in the world requires that everything be precise. No stone can go unturned in its preparation. With only a few weeks left to the Fit Expo, Josh's life has become completely devoted to coming in at the very best that he can.